Please welcome the Chairman of the Trustee for Theatre Arts and Motion Picture Practitioners Association The Chairman of Tampa Mushi Local Government is here. And arriving now is a member of the Board of Trustees, Madam Chief Mrs. Alhaja Larin aka Madam Awero. We have another national officer, Fumbi Akiduro, a national officer. She's also here with us. We have the chairman of Ikorodu local government, Tampan, Wole Ojojolu, and we'll continue to, and others. Etios, our chairman of Tampan, is here. Please. Ifakoijaye is here. Shomolu. Some chairman of local government so selected to be here. This is not the entire association affairs, but the Board of Trustees. So, and we invited just the governor and few others because it is our affair and not for the general membership of the association. So before we go on, we want the president here present to formally introduce himself. Thank you.
I especially welcome the member of the press here today. I must confess that we are very happy to have you with us here. This press briefing is for a purpose, and later on, definitely you know why we have to call this press briefing and the importance of it. You know it. And I wish all of you will surely carry out the message as we present it here for you. We don't want it to be increased or decreased. And I strongly believe our relationship will go on as we expect. I know some of the pressmen here that we have been dealing with, and I know their capability, and the new one that we have just started, I strongly believe in you. By the grace of God, we shall have good relationship, inshallah. Thank you very much. You are most welcome. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, Presidents, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to read the address, by the Board of Trustees, Tampan elders of the motion picture practice. After this briefing, we will entertain questions for the chairman, Board of Trustees, and myself. And we are the ones to answer whatever questions you are bringing forward today. So, please permit me to sit, gentlemen. Right. Gentlemen of the press, it is our pleasure to welcome you here to this press briefing, and we do appreciate your honoring us with your presence. There is no doubt in the fact that we have always been partners and progress over the years in our journey, not just for personal career development, but in our consistent efforts at taking the industry to higher heights. Our desire for a better and more disciplined industry especially in the Yoruba genre of the Nigerian motion picture industry, is the major reason we have called you all out today. As you may be aware, certain unpleasant things have happened lately that has dragged the name of our association, Tampan in particular, and the industry in general in the mud, which in totality are against what we stand for as individuals and as a group of professionals. The attention of the Board of Trustees of Tampan and elders of the motion picture industry, especially of the Yoruba sector, have been drawn to the malicious damages being done to our sector by some unruly individuals that lack any iota of discipline and seeming to feel to be above the law. We particularly observe the continuous derogatory statements made by Iyabo against the association and the industry at large. Please note that we are not against a stand on the issue of alleged rape or sexual assault, as the case may be, which the association and individuals have equally condemned at one time or the other. As we believe only a person without conscience will support rape or sexual assault in any form. However, Iyabo reckless accusations, abuses, embarrassment of our sector is also totally condemned. As pioneers of this noble industry, if we fold our arms and allow the continuous blackmail that send negative signals across the world to go unchecked, the current situation that had impugned on our integrity will continue to grow to the detriment of humble practitioners whose only source of livelihood is the practice of indigenous language movies, promoting language to preserve culture. This is the very sector that started what we now know as the Nigerian motion picture industry, and we are proud of what we have achieved. Unfortunately, Nkechi has also joined in the ignoble tirades against the association and by extension the industry, and we say enough is enough. As Tampan BOT, members and elders of the industry in the Yoruba genre, we dare say to both Iyabo and Nkechi and others of their likes that if you people think whatever visibility you have achieved today is not through the Yoruba sector of the Nigerian motion picture industry, you should at least realize that the industry gave you the enabling environment for whatever you may have become today. Without the platform God gave you and many others of your likes through us to climb up the ladder and express your creativity, you may not be this visible today. Though we keep thanking God for what you have become, because it is a testament to the efficacy of our industry and the platform we all belong to. We nevertheless say enough of this new culture of insults, derogatory comments, and name calling. When we were building the industry, we never thought a time like this would come when those we trained will jettison the culture of respect. Our sector in the Nigerian motion picture industry is built on Yoruba culture of respect and reference for those ahead of you, and that has to be strictly adhered to because that is who we are. It is our desire that everyone continue to pursue their respective programs without necessarily blackmailing others, as we pray that we will not get into a situation where we are forced to take to legal means to defend our integrity. And for those who have said or thinking of saying to hell with the Yoruba actor of the Nigerian motion picture industry, please kindly take note
that the entire Nollywood is one, even as some of us here are active players across board. An offense against one association is an offense against others, as we will get other associations involved in tackling any further infringement on our rules and shared values. None of these infringements will henceforth go without repercussions. And for the purpose of clarity, the Tampan BOT and elders of the industry declare the following. 1. That we do not support any form of criminal behavior in whatever guise and can never be party to them. 2. That we, as an association, have stayed away from making comments on Larin, Yinka, Baba Ijesha saga because we believe in the rule of law, due process, and the ability of the courts of the land to do justice in such a way that it will deem to have been done without necessarily being swayed by emotions or influenced by sympathies. That the views expressed by one of us, Olofano, is in no way representative of the opinion or position of the association, as he spoke in his personal capacity and not on behalf of Tampan. We, however, understand that tempers are bound to rise under certain circumstances, especially with the way he alleged Iyabo spoke to him on the phone. 4. The association does not condone immorality, neither is it the standard in our industry. If two consenting adults decide to have things in common, it does not mean that it is the standard practice for the association or our industry. There is nowhere it is stated as a rule or practice that a female actor must have sex with their male counterparts or seniors before she can grow in the industry. Those holding such opinion or notion are certainly doing that in error. The most important ingredients for growth are talents, proper training, and the ability to stay focused on what you want to achieve. It has become necessary to state the above due to current insinuations flying about town. We are not immoral, neither do we condone or promote such. That we condemn bitterly all malicious utterances from any person or persons, group or groups, blogs, and so on. That utterances from the likes of Iyabo, Nkechi, Blessing, and others are regarded as unfortunate words spoken by people who should know better, as they have benefited immensely from what the association and industry stands for. That individual characters and attitudes should not be a parameter to measure the performance or ability of the association, or even rubbish the association. The association can only lay down rules as to how members and practitioners should comport and conduct themselves in public. And if such rules are disregarded, necessary punitive measures will be taken. That we stand firm to say that misconduct of thespians should not be taken to be misconduct of the association. That we frown at the rush to social media platforms to vent anger against slightest provocation or perceived provocation by members and practitioners, as it has variously brought the industry and our great association into public ridicule. We say enough of using the social media to fight each other, as the association has mechanisms for dispute settlement without partnership, without partisanship or any kind. The practice will not be tolerated henceforth. We, however, pledge that as an association, we shall continue to push the frontiers of our industry to the enviable height we are determined to attain, and nothing, even the distraction of a few delinquents shall make us lose focus. We have put several measures in place that will sanitize our practice, instill discipline, and make the industry more friendly and profiting to all practitioners. We are using this opportunity to call on all members and practitioners to ignore the misdemeanors of a few in our midst and keep their heads high as we daily move towards our goal. We hereby pledge that as leaders, we shall do everything within our powers to ensure every member and practitioner is protected from undue molestation and unjust criminal blackmail. Thank you all for your presence, attention, and support at all times. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, that is what we have to say, and we will not hesitate to take one or two questions.
What are the local chapters doing? Because I used to know Tampa to be a very disciplined organization, and there's hierarchy, respect for elders. But all these things have gone and eroded. What are you doing? Do we have a printed, published constitution, rules and regulations, like in those days, where members would know when they have done wrong and what local heads of local chapters can do to discipline them?
Our local chapters are disciplined, and they do discipline members. If you look at the number of practitioners that are misbehaving now, you cannot count them out of a whole lot of us. We are bound to have some black sheep, and as soon as we are able to detect them, we know what to do. We so much appreciate your observing that our association is a disciplined association, and that is why we are out to correct all that. And we assure you, we will still continue to see us in that greater height. We have all tiers. We have the local government chapter. In that chapter, they have disciplinary committee, they have provosts, they have people you can report to, and if the powers of the local government cannot get it done, they move to the state. They have the same officers there and committee that can handle such thing. And if not, they take it to the national. And if the CWC cannot handle it, they take it to National Executive Council. And if need be, the Board of Trustees comes in.
What exactly are the penalties? Because already I read it. What is just read? You want them to desist from aligning the association out of stuff. What exactly are the penalties if these people refuse to tow your advice?
Well, thank you, Mr. Arugudadi. As far as I'm concerned, as the president of Tampan, Nkechi Blessing is not a member of Tampan.
Again.
Nkechi Blessing is not a member of Tampan. But she is a practitioner who has benefited immensely from Tampan and the Yoruba industry as a whole. Iyabo is not a member of Tampan. Yomi Fabiyi is a member of Tampan. The Jide is a member of Tampan. Do I answer your question?
And for the last one, let me just add that what is the penalty? Yes, we have quite a lot. You see, we are only being careful. I am not joking. I am not joking. Even if the law says you are free to practice anything you like, we can frustrate you out of the industry if we want to. You can quote me. This is personal opinion. If you think you are above the law, if you think we can get you out of the industry in our own way. No, let me just say that.
We are talking of Tampa here.
Sorry to add a little bit more. The first time Nkechi Blessing misbehaved on the social media, that was about 18 months ago or so. There was a fight that broke up on the social media, between her and one
Other
other
person.
practitioner.
She was cautioned.
She was cautioned. She tendered a public apology. This time around, when it happens, we never said we are sanctioning her. No. All what we said was no directors within Tampan should work with Nkechi Blessing and Mr. Lege pending the outcome of our findings.
And in addition to what my president have just said, Nkechi Blessing has been suspended. Abi?
No, we
Because she's not our member.
Members.
But I make bold to tell you this, that we will work against her in this industry. We saw everything. We saw everything. Aloloma ṣíwájú ìjà. What we are trying to do now is okay, people all right, you can listen to what Mr. Abiodun said the other time. What are you doing? Is there no discipline? Is there no this? Because we are fathers. We are parents. And as much as possible, we contributed to their status. We will not want them down and to buy more. But if we are pushed to the wall, for God's sake, we'll find a way to do it. We can always find a way to do that.
I think you should. Because in Nkechi Blessing and Iyabo those case, let me tell you, let me add this to that. It's not a reported speech. It's directly from them. We all heard that.
We had them.
You understand? We heard them. And if they don't mean it, they won't say it. And that is why we said enough is enough.
Aderemi Olofano, he couldn't control his emotion. That was why he went to that extent of trying to, he was not himself, you know. I'm not making case for him. But what I'm trying to say is, a lot of other elders, you cannot know efforts that we have made under. We tell you they are our children. We tell you if they behave tomorrow, we will embrace them. It is not for them to die. It is not for them to sink. No, it is for them to remain straight. That's what we say.
My association did not suspend Nkechi Blessing, but my association is suspending me not to work with her.
And
Iyabo Joe. That is what they are saying here. We are not suspending Nkechi Blessing or Iyabo Joe, but my association is suspending me not to work with the two of them. That is the clarity I want to make.
Thank you. Very good.
What we are trying to say is this: the welfare of our members is of utmost importance to us as a leader and to the members in general. If you belong to us as a member, there is no way we neglect you when the need arises. But most of these people, they are not even a member of any professional guild and association. So whenever they fall sick, they will not be able to come to the association for help. The next thing for them, we go on social media and tell people to help and support them. There is no way I can support a non-member at the detriment of my member who are coming to the meeting day in, day out, supporting the association. What do you think? What do you think I can do? When Mr. DMO was a bit strong, we all rally around him. Yes. Including the chairman of Global Committee supported us with a lot of money.
Because
he's a bona fide member of the association. There is no way I can support a non-member against a bona fide member of my association. And that is the reason why, as of today, we are revalidating the membership of our members. The door is open. We want people to come into the industry through one door. Let us know who you are. Let us know who you came to the industry through, so that we will be able to account. We'll be accountable for the welfare and the progress of our member.
We can never appreciate anybody taking his health issue to social media if actually that person is our member. You should come to us.
Tampan, on behalf of our noble association, on behalf of my father and mother from Board of Trustees sitting down with us here, all the, I can't say paparazzi, have crossed in peace, and the members of the new all the chairmen, the ESCO, and observers. I, Chief Mrs. Oyewumi Esusu, give immeasurable thanks for what we have done today to eradicate blemishes in our association. Thank you very much.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel GoldmyneTV and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.